All right, hello, welcome, and good evening, traders. Hey, it is Thursday, 2/26/26, and the market just keeps doing its thing. It's up, it's down. I want to spend some time talking tonight about how to trade in a rotational and volatile marketplace. I want to show you how we're doing well, but I'm going to give you some ideas that you can use to hopefully make your trading a bit better. So before we jump into that, let's take a look at the account as always, and just give you a sense of what we're doing and what I'm doing here as well. So again, this is for educational entertainment purposes. This is my account. I'm trading. I do share it with the members. I share all the trades live and all of the structure behind those, but I'm giving you always a peek in here just again to be upfront and show you what I'm doing. All right, so tonight we ended the day with a 408 on our delta, which is zero at point zero 0.08. So 0.08% delta. We are extremely delta neutral in this portfolio, which is exactly what you want in this sideways choppy market. It's the perfect setup, in my opinion. We've got great theta, 2174 on theta, which is 0.45% of our net lick. That's fantastic. Net lick up again today. So we had an excellent day today, 486,036. So that's putting us at our highest point of the year, which should be what you're doing is hopefully getting hitting those new highs every week. We're using $220,000 for our BP, which puts us at about 45%. So it's a good BP ratio where we are. We are definitely not over leveraged. We have plenty of cash ready to deploy, but I don't think we really need to do much of anything right now. We booked another $1,010 on daily realized today. Again, some zero DTE. What do you do when you can just sit back and relax on your trades? You can just do a little zero DTE, add a little to your coffers here and there. We've actually made about $7,600 in zero DTE this month. I've made over 6,300 on my 112s this month. We've generated over $2,000 on Strangles as well. The income plumb uncovered calls generating about $8,000 in realized gains. We are now up $25,000 this month, which is 5.52%. So we're in line for another great month. What did we do last month? 11%, about 5% this month. So things are good. Pretty happy with where we are. If you want to see a little bit more of the actual account and trades, I'll give you just a quick run through here. Here's the account. We're in two different futures expirations worth of trades on oil. We've got an at the money 113 up 55%. We've got a J Lizard up 4%. We've got a bull combo, which is down a little bit right now, which you would expect, mainly because look at the IV rank. The IVR on oil is all the way up to 76. That is at one point today, we were pretty close to the second highest reading in over a year on oil. So there's a lot of volatility in oil, which you would expect. That's going to translate into what we're seeing today. And ES, we have some put debit spreads expiring tomorrow. We've got an at the money trade here up almost 80%. We've got another at the money trade here up 67%. We've got a BA 111 trade. Yeah, it's up 262%, but I'm not going to get too wound up in percentages with that. It's a very small purchase, but we sold it to open for 90 cents, and right now we could sell it to close for $1.46. So that's doing fantastic. We've got another at the money trade here, up 31% in just 3 days. And then our naked put down here up about 36%. We closed that at 40%. So we're getting close on that one. We've got a strangle going on RTY. We put this on 2 days ago. It's up 15%. Again, delta neutral trades. These at the money trades. Okay, here you can see very delta neutral, only 34 deltas on that one, 35 deltas on that one. This BA trades -4 deltas. This one's 45 delta because it's newer. But as the beautiful thing about these 113 trades or 112 trades and the at the money versions especially is as they age, they go from positive delta to negative delta while decay is still happening, which is a beautiful thing to watch. Pretty fantastic. So That being said, RTY got a strangle going. Gold, we're doing great. We've got a Jade Lizard up 25%, a 112 trade up 35%. We've got our income poor man covered call up over 800%, and we're selling calls against it. Uh, Here, our strategy trade, we're doing just fine. This trade is actually at a total break even though strategy is down. So this trade's in great shape. But again, it's right now positive delta because I rolled the calls, but it was a negative delta trade yesterday. So um, we're keeping it pretty delta neutral. We've got an Oscar trade here, a little bit of positive delta going on. That trade's up 25%. Palantir trade here, it is down, positive delta by a bit. We're looking at the 80 put. We've got over 323 days remaining. That is fine. Our QQQ trades are only about 40 some odd delta all combined, including a naked put that's up 57%, and our longs up about 95%. We got a SoFi trade where we've actually sold calls against our long puts, turning this into a little bit of a diagonalized, well, not diagonalized, but a calendarized naked put, if you would, which is great. So that trade is pretty delta neutral. SPY pretty long on this one. We've got some long deltas cranking away down here, even though we have covered calls. Those covered calls slightly out of the money right now with the move down today, but we're going to generate another, probably $1,000 on that one. TLT, another delta neutral trade. There's actually a delta negative trade, which is up 600 dollars or 30%. And then our UNH trade here down to small $70 for pretty delta neutral. So there's where we are overall when it comes to the portfolio. Now let's talk a little bit about what I really want to get into today, and that is how to trade a rotational volatile market. So the market's not a straight line bowl. Okay, things don't just go straight up forever. Okay, it's rotational, it's choppy, it's headline driven at times. So here's some tips to trade it correctly. Number one, earnings don't guarantee rallies. Okay, strong earnings don't necessarily mean a sustained upside. Even major beats like Nvidia and Amazon and SoFi and on and on and on. All these major beats that are happening out there, Amazon, okay, they can still result in flat or negative price action. Why? Either there's too much uh, juice on the build up into there, and it's got to be a little bit of a pullback here, or the guidance may be a little questionable on some of these, which I don't really see poor guidance on most of these. Okay, but again, just having a good earnings beat's not enough anymore. So stop assuming that a beat's going to make a breakout. Okay, stop focusing on short-term volatility windows. Okay, trade the price action, not the headlines. I keep saying, and I posted on Twitter, okay, and you're still reading my stuff on Twitter or in YouTube, is get off Twitter and YouTube. Okay, don't look at CNBC. For the love of Pete, turn that garbage off. Okay, don't watch news. Don't listen to other people. Do your own research, but really just look at the price action. Okay, this is why I share charts with you every single day. Because why? Because price tells you everything you need to know. Don't assume you know what's going to happen. Okay? Trade what you see out there. Adjust your expectations, but understand that environment and price action is way more important than earnings. Okay? Number two here, rotation matters more than mega caps. Okay, especially right now. So the market breadth is stronger than the headlines are suggesting right now. Well, we're seeing the equal weighted S&P doing fantastic. In fact, maybe I'll bring that up, give you a quick peek at that. But when you look at the RSP, and let me share that with you here. Okay, here's the equal weighted S&P. Well, look how nice this is of an uptrend. Okay, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. It's just nothing but higher highs and higher lows. This is a daily chart. Okay, it's doing fantastic. In fact, it is near an all-time high today. It is a whisker away from setting a new all-time high. Yet when you look at SPY, you've been in this choppy sideways action now for the entire year. In fact, dating all the way back till December, and even you can consider October, November as a lot of chop. Okay. But that's not what's really happening out there. So again, rotation matters more Then the mega caps, you're in these QQQ names. It's actually looking a little bit bearish here. Okay. Why? Because it's the mega caps that are down. When you start to look at these Amazons and Nvidias and Tesla and Meta and Apple, well, Apple's a little exception, but it's chopping. Okay, Google tailing off, Microsoft for sure. Okay, Palantir, okay, which is not a Mag 7 stock, but just understanding that what's happening here is that it's all about rotation, folks. Okay? It's not the market falling apart. Okay. Now, if you hold some individual names, you're probably feeling some pain. Why? Well, because okay, you had too many positive delta trades on. You didn't have enough negative delta strategies. You didn't have enough defensive premium structures on. Again, I'm not going to tell you, all the stuff we do, but you just saw 1-1x trades. You just saw strangle trades. Okay, you saw covered call trades where I sell in the money or at the money strikes. All of those things are built to bring down that delta. And you're not seeing a lot of crazy stocks. You're seeing mostly index trading by me. S&P 500 futures, S&P ETF, QQQ as the ETF. That's where the majority of the trades are. Plus, we've got some gold, some oil, and some bonds in there. All right. Tactical sector positioning is absolutely key to you. If your entire portfolio, okay, looks like a day after a frat party because everything you have has been tailing off and going down, okay, you got too delta long, okay, and you got to reel that in as a portfolio level, all right? And then continuing on with that, some defensive positioning can certainly help you here. Negative delta exposure and structured premium selling is going to allow you to generate income during the chop. It's going to reduce your directional risk. It's going to provide stability when the markets are falling. So those are all really key things for you to start to take in. It's not about predicting direction. It's about positioning intelligently in an overall structured format. That's what we do in the Discord, not trying to sell it or push it on you. Okay. But the goal here for me is know the regime you're in, stay as delta neutral as you can with a slightly positive tilt because over time markets do rise. Okay. But when it calls for it, add those negative delta trades or those smart trades in there. Another thing you want to consider here is that duration can improve your results by reducing the whipsaw effect. Shorter duration trades require more adjustments. Okay, and you might be over adjusting a little bit right now. Okay, so consider moving some trades out a little longer. And most of my trades are 60 days, maybe 90 days as a whole. Okay, I don't know what my overall days open is here, but as I'm looking at my charts, 21, 16, 143, 128, 217, 86, 34, 318, 16, 328, 17, 24. Okay, there's not a lot of short-term betting going on in here. Okay, these are longer-term trades, structured trades. They reduce emotional trading. I'm not getting whipsawed and worrying about what the market's doing day to day. We can just sit back and relax, okay, and enjoy ourselves. Maybe throw in a couple zero DTEs or some spec trades here and there that are shorter term. Okay, lengthen out the term. Structure first, then you can adjust. Also, understand that volatility can require a little bit of a different playbook. Yes, we're in oil. It's tied to the U.S.-Iran tensions, and volatility will mean revert at some point. Price does not have to, but the volatility in oil is very elevated. It's going to stay that way until there's a resolution to this U.S.-Iran tension issue. So until then, trade the volatility. Understand what you have. Avoid short duration strangles. Avoid anything that's going to cap those on there. I use the 112, 113 trades, a lot of at the money trades here. I've reduced my size. Okay. One of the things you really want to focus on here is understanding the regime you're in. And if you look at the market, and let's take a quick look at that really quickly here, because I don't want to keep you too long tonight. Okay. But let's take a look at the regime that we're in on the S&P. Okay. Right now, let's actually pull SPY because this will be a little bit easier. Okay. SPY. Does this look like a strong bull market? No, it's a bit of a sideways market. The 8 and 21 are pretty much just meshed up together, so there's no strong bullish trend there. We are barely above the 21 on SPY, 21 EMA, and RSI is right around that 50 mark. This is a very neutral market. So what should you be doing? You should be getting as delta neutral as possible. How do you size properly? Well, if you've got a neutral market, putting on a bullish trade, you got to size down. Okay? You can still trade bullish or bearish trades, but you got to size down because that's not the market you're in. If we were in a bullish regime, everything firing on all cylinders, okay, then you'd want to be going maybe 2% of net lick. But if you're in a neutral regime, you should be somewhere around 1% of net lick. And if you're going, if you're in a bearish regime and you're going to put on a bullish trade, which you can do, you got to size under 1% net lick. Size appropriately for what you're doing. And if you take a look at the Qs have the 8 below the 21, the stocks below the 21, RSI falling below 50. Technically, the Qs are in a bit of a bearish regime. It's a little neutral to bearish, but leaning more bearish, which means you want to put on a bullish trade. You want to go out right now and start buying some Amazon, some Nvidia, some Tesla. Well, that's fine, but you got to size down because you're technically in a bearish regime right now, okay, to neutral. Okay? And if you want to put on a bullish trade, you got to size appropriately. Okay? So be systematic in your premium selling with what you're doing. Okay? Put on, either short put campaigns or other things that have good win rates, generate consistent income for you, have lower stress trading. Okay, the edge isn't prediction, the edge is in your structure. Structure things properly. I'm just gonna beat this into your head until you guys realize it, until you get into the Discord and you learn how to structure a trade plan and your trades. We've got traders where, with the market being down like it is today, I mean, we're up $3,000 today. Okay. The market's down, we're up. Why? Because we're structured properly. Okay. If you don't have an update today, you're not structured properly. Okay. If you're getting beaten up significantly right now, I mean, we're up 5% this month, 11% last month, and the markets are going sideways. Okay. So some key takeaways here: trade structure, not the headlines. Okay. Respect your duration, go longer if need be. Use some negative delta where appropriate. Focus on breadth and not just the market caps and the big names. And stay mechanical, folks. Okay, make it easy on yourself to succeed. And when you do that, you're going to find yourself a lot more successful over the long term. All right, I hope this made sense for you. Take it easy, stay safe out there, and be smart. Okay, bye-bye.